So being in Vegas, Team USA just left. They left you off in 2006. How pissed were you at that point?
Okay,
I wasn't even finna go to that question right away.
Well, I mean,
okay, so they
didn't
didn't leave me off. It was the idea. So we're in the army. We're in an army base, right? We got on the fatigue, and I don't know what the fatigue did in that heat, but I was bouncy. Ooh, I was, hey, listen, I'm like D-weighted this number right now, y'all. Right, so I pulled my groin a little bit. So I went to Calangelo, and I was like, man, I just tweaked my groin. I don't know how long I'm going to be. I don't want to hold up a spot for somebody trying to make this team.
Okay.
Right, so, you know, we're going to have to play this. But he was like, and he said, oh, no, that's cool. You was on a bubble anyway. And so, yeah, you can go on home.
Damn.
What? The bubble, right? The bubble. And I had to, you know how you look back? I'm like,
must be somebody behind me.
Like I don't mean to be rude, but you know, Shane Batty is still here, right? Bruce Bowen, and right, you know, like they still here, right? The bubble. I mean, I don't know how many other players is on the bubble, but
How big's this bubble?
like it was. I was offended because
the NBA bubble.
Because you know how I score, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I do.
Think this is the second unit. It has me. The point guard is Kirk Heinrich. I got Shane. I got Brad Miller.
Damn.
I got Antoine Jameson. Right? So who you think they passing the ball to?
You
the
every
whole
time.
You get into it.
So I'm in that. I'm cooking.
Getting to it.
Like I'm in there. I'm talking big. Y'all can't stop us. Really, you can't stop me. First of all.
Hey, if y'all think he talks on the podcast loud, you should see the practice.
They and it was like, yo, just keep and they just feeding me. So I think that was the problem, that I'm really destroying their zones, everything, and you know they talking about team and this, and this second unit's like, we giving the ball to him. So I think it kind of rubbed them the wrong way. Like I didn't know. Like I didn't know. Like. All right, we got to lose to the blue team, y'all. But it was like, even then, like, there was an article, you have to ask David McMenamin. When I got back home, I said the way Coach K is coaching it, the way we got all the drivers on one unit, all the shooters on one unit, they're not going to win gold. I said it. And then right before the game, I said, no, you know what, Dave, I don't want to be that dude, me against America type, take it out. So he took it out. And then text me, they lost. I was like, ooh, yeah. We just gonna bury that one. But if you ask him, he'll say, yeah, he had it in there.
You think they got it right this year?
That's what I was gonna ask.
You think they got it right this year with the Kawhi taking a step back, Derek White coming in, and the pieces that they brought in? You think they got it right this year?
Listen, they have enough stars to minimize, you know, certain things. Like, you know, I'm going off of 92. I'm going off of 96 rosters where it was the best of the best. It was 12 players. All 12 of those guys made the All-NBA team, right? When we talk about the 92 team, the only person that got jaded and screwed was Tim Hardaway. It wasn't Isaiah Thomas. It was Tim Hardaway. He was second team, right? It went first team, all of them went, and 4 out of the 5 on the second team went. But they brought Magic back. So Magic took his spot, and then Bird and the Christian Laettner, and then 96, Dream Team 2, all 12 players made it, right? So when you start looking later on, you're like, I'm used to greatness, right? You know, I'm used to greatness, man. Like, I get it, I get it, Derek. You know, listen, cool, you know, just win us a goal. We should, but you're going to be the 15th guy. I mean, you know, I can have Jimmy Butler as the 15th guy. Because when if we need Jimmy Butler to be Jimmy Butler, he can do that. I don't know if he can do that. You know, if it start to go sideways, we can pull somebody in that can be him. And that's like Shaq and Hakeem Olajuwon came off the bench.
Come on, man.
In the 96 team.
Come on,
that's what's coming off the bench. 30 and 10.
Most dominant forces in
I don't
basketball.
need a dude that's averaging 5 and 5 coming off the bench, dog, talking about go in there, do something.
This is the only thing I will say. This is the only thing I will say. I feel like America is more so focused on the chemistry of the teams now. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being the most dominant. Because at that time, we were the most dominant. And I don't know if we are the most dominant as we were. I think we still are the most dominant, but I don't know if we have the gap that we have. The rest of the world has closed that gap.
I mean, if you're going to flip, to me, that's an interesting take because the reason we were the most dominant, like we're almost changing into them, right? Like they want the chemistry, they want that, and they have that. They're going to beat us on that all the time because they play together all the time.
Yes.
Like, to us, roll out the best players and let's go beat their ass.
Yeah.
That's my take.
And that's
because we're almost transferring into what they're trying to do. Like we're almost trying to mimic them.
But you think the game? You think it's gonna work like that? You think we can just get? You think we can put 5 guys out there and just say, "Hey, your turn."
Yes,
your turn.
That's what we.
Your turn.
But that's what we
Your turn.
always.
That's how we did it to them.
Because one thing that they don't have is
they're getting better, but
they don't have athleticism.
This is true,
right? So when we talk about they're taking over the game,
they can play zone.
It's a position.
They can play zone.
It's just their 4 and their 5s. Their 4 and their 5s. It's what the NBA is like changing for because their 5s can dribble, shoot, pass. Right? You talk about their point guards, their shooting guards, and their small forwards. They're not athletic enough. They're not good enough to compete with the NBA players. Right? You got Luka, who's just different. Right? He's different. Who's the second and third best player in Euro? Who's the shooting guards in Euro? Who's the small forward? It's the 4 and the 5s that's stretching the floor out where the Americans is having problems with.
It's really like, to me, it's no different than we used to play like the Phoenix, and it's completely different, but it's similar, right? When we used to play the Phoenix Suns and they were playing stat and tricks, the 4 and the 5, and you'd play one way. Per example, in Memphis, we were ground and pound, right?
Yeah.
And then we go there and for that one game, we'd change our starting lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for what? They're going to beat our ass doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I never figured it out. Like, D'Antoni had everyone up because everyone would change their style of play for that one game. That's how they play. It's almost like European basketball is getting way better. There's no question. But we can't try to do that on our side. We got to come out there with what we do best. And then it's almost like styles make fights.
Yeah.
Let's bring our style. Let them bring their style. Let's win. Because we used to do that. I'm telling you, I've never figured it out in my life. It'd be game 41. You show up in Phoenix, and all of a sudden we have a new starting lineup.
Yeah, that ain't it.
We're gonna get cooked.
Yeah, cooked. Yeah,
that ain't it.
Yeah, but that's kind of similar to what's going on.
It's like when they have those fake arguments. If Shaq played today, what would he do? We're gonna throw the ball down here and let him punish dudes that's 210.
Can you average 60 and 34?
How's he gonna guard the 3? Shaq guard the 3.
You're gonna get 60.
We're gonna play down coverage and then welcomed us down here.
Yeah.
Man, listen, I'm glad you bring up Shaq. Most dominant big I've ever seen in my life. Obviously, we had a defense for him, right? Like we had the defense for him, and you still didn't. There was nothing you could do with it. There was nothing you could do with that big
Foul
fella.
his ass.
That's it.
Foul
he didn't even know he got fouled though.
Foul him.
Half the time,
He didn't
half
know
the
he got
time
fouled.
he know he
I
got
hit
fouled.
that. I hit
Put him at the line.
that so hard one time, my arm hurt, and I was like, "Damn, my bad, big guy." He goes, "Well, you hit me?" I'm like, "Come on, man, get your ass out of here." Hurt my feelings.